let me know where you are. I'm actually decided to be on my patio today, and I've been fighting the sun because it's setting and it comes in these bright streaks here that make me glow in weird ways. But I thought it would be fun to just be outside. Let me know if you can hear the traffic. Can you hear traffic? Here comes a motorcycle. No? Uh, Hello, Mike, in your art studio in Laguna Beach. Tell me where you guys are. Let me put the comments on from Facebook, and I can see where you guys are. And can't post comments from some destinations. Okay. So I'm here. Oh my gosh, from Joburg, South Africa. Nice to see you. St. Augustine, Florida. How are you? Corpus Christi, Texas. Nice to see you too. Scottsdale, Arizona. Yes, you can hear the traffic. Even though I have this mic so close to me, I guess. Oh no, because you guys are on Instagram, so your mic's way over there. Well, let me tell you let me know if you like this better or worse, because I can always go indoors again. Oh yeah, Linda says she can hear the traffic. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Robert, nice to see you. Columbus, Ohio. Wow. Pasadena, hello. Pasadena Women's Christian Temperance Union. Wow. Okay, so Richmond, Virginia, hello. Good to see you. So let me know. I didn't plan much today. I want to talk a little bit about a fabulous conversation that I had yesterday. Or was it even today? How the days are mixing in together. No, it was yesterday. Hello, Annie from South Australia. And thank you, Mike, for saying that my voice is still clear, even though you're dealing with traffic noise. And my conversation on the phone yesterday, hi from New York, is with my program director, Robin Bertolucci. She's an icon in the field of radio, been in radio, but she looks young. Okay, don't worry, but she's been in decades. And she was talking about the research on what people are really looking for as far as content in media right now. And she said, we're just so exhausted from COVID and quarantine. Hi, Maggie from Michigan. And instead, we're really looking for a little joy during the new normal. And I would love for people to post some comments for me today on how you're finding joy in the new normal. I'm also really curious as we head into the holidays. Of course, Rosh Hashanah was last weekend, but as we head into even more holidays, I want to hear from people about how you're planning to celebrate the holidays. Obviously, kids aren't going to be trick-or-treating. That's like taking COVID from house to house to house. Hi, Carolyn from Tennessee. But what can we do to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever we have coming up? And how are you bringing family together? We normally do Thanksgiving at one of my dearest friend, Maria's house. And it's with her extended family, 3 sisters, all their kids who are teenagers and young adults. And then friends, and it ends up being, 20 to 25 people. So I'm like, what are we going to do? Hi, Zach. How are you in Vegas? Give your mom a hug for me. I miss her. And so really, she's going to put tables on her roof deck all over the place and out on the front deck, and we're going to do outdoors. But I even had a thought, testing is freaking everywhere now, and your insurance will cover if you have insurance, as much as you want. So why not ask everyone to be tested? Is that too weird? Right before a holiday dinner, if you're all going to be together sharing airspace? Somebody said hi, Megan from El Segundo. How are you? Yeah, I decided to sit on my patio and see how it's going. We'll see. I've been fighting this light. It keeps moving around. Hi, Morris. How are you? Good to see you. So anyway, give me comments about how you plan to celebrate the holidays with family and COVID and how you're going to deal with it. And hi, Steve from Beverly Hills. And Jonesy on Instagram. Hi, Mom. She writes, and she's in her bedroom over there somewhere. She's close. She helped me set up in record time because the day just flew by for us with her online school and all the things we were doing. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, I have a live stream in like 25 minutes. Can we set up the lights? Can we get this thing going? And she was very helpful because, she's 17. She's a digital native. Okay, and the other thing is, if you have any relationship questions, hi Karen, how are you? If you have any, I heard that Canada, by the way, is starting to have another spike. My new brother Mike told me that, and he said that now they're going to shrink to double bubbles again, away from triple bubbles. I don't know how that works. Let me switch over to some of the other things I do. I'm going to put my podcast up there, Meeting Matters, and let's go back to comments. So if you have any relationship questions, I'm here for you. I guess you could say I'm a specialist in the science of love. That would include the biological piece, pheromones, the psychological piece, our own attachment style, often based on early childhood attachments, and the social piece, what somebody looks like on paper, zip code, education, etc. Okay. Oh, so Megan's saying that I heard we might have Halloween, some kind of safe celebration, not sure Thanksgiving, probably not door to door and taking COVID candy from place to place. But, maybe small little Halloween parties with outdoors with a few little kids. Oh, so Steve says for Rosh Hashanah, they all got tested. I don't think that's unrealistic. Well, it depends, again, where you are in the country, your access to testing, whether your insurance will cover it. I called my insurance after my first COVID test and said, how many of these things are you going to cover? And they said, as many as you want. And now, of course, you can just go online in Southern California anyway, and just book one instantly and do a drive-through and get your results in a matter of hours, and insurance covers it. So I've now done it a few times. I'm becoming like a COVID test junkie. No, the truth is you don't have to do the brain tickle anymore. The one that went way up until you were crying. It was terrible. Well, hello, Victor from LA. How are you? And so now they just do like 1 inch up. So that's just a little tickle. It's fine. It's fine. Anybody else have suggestions for how to celebrate the holidays with family during COVID so that we can all do it safely? And secondly, if you have any relationship questions, I'm here for you. That's what I'm here for. How are things going? What did Victor say? Girl, I'm just reading directly. I am not mocking. Girl, you be on TV, sell night. I think he means my commercials that I do for Consumer Attorney Marketing Group. I get the odd email from people. Hi, Peter from Thousand Oaks. I get the odd email from people saying, oh, why do you do those, they call them ambulance chaser kind of commercials. And I remind people that America is really good at making laws, but not really good at enforcing them. And there are lots of predatory corporations, especially ones who target lower socioeconomic status communities, Black and brown communities. For instance, the toxic water near Flint, Michigan, where children are drinking that water and will be sick for life. And even it can alter their DNA and their offspring can be sick. So many of these people in these communities can't afford legal representation, and they may not even have insurance to be battling with the health issues that they're having from these companies. And so I really believe that I do a public service, and I do probably 70 commercials a year for various law firms around the country. And anyway, I'm very proud to help many people out who cannot afford legal representation and can get it absolutely free when they join something's called a mass tort. Thank you for the compliments up there. Thank you. Jay Pierre, what's your first name? I know your last name must be Pierre. And thank you, Victor, that you like seeing me on TV. And thank you for the compliments. From Redondo Beach. Hi, Rick from Redondo Beach. Okay, so question. What if somebody got Zantac and had Zantac and got cancer? That's all possible too. Let's go back to the question. What is your take on the Breonna Taylor protests happening all over the country tonight? By the way, have you seen her on the cover of O magazine? Oprah Winfrey put Breonna Taylor this month, and it is the most beautiful picture. She's so gorgeous, and it's just heartbreaking every time I see it. My children are biracial. I'm very proud to say the words Black Lives Matter. I'm very proud to wear a t-shirt in places where I shouldn't. Very red places. Black Lives Matter. I don't think it's a political statement. I think all of us should be able to say it. I use Hi Good Times from Ottawa. I use the analogy that if you say it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, nobody says, oh, come on, all cancers matter, right? So it's been too long. The injuries have been way too long. The data is very clear that the kinds of discrimination and access to everything from education to equity, being able, economic empowerment. There's a lot of economic discrimination that goes on in this country. And so I believe that protests in a free country are a way for the people to let the government know that they need change. Oh, I see a relationship question. Moving on. The relationship question is on Instagram, and it is, hi from Atlanta, Georgia. Someone says they get bored very quickly. You get attached to looks. You're very shallow. How do you ignore looks? Well, you don't ignore looks. You do the combo, right? And the question is, what is the purpose of the relationships that you're seeking? If you're looking for just sexual relationships, then, have fun and to be safe. And yeah, the cocktail of neurohormones that you get with lust will wear off pretty quickly. Generally, people spend time building the emotional intimacy if they want a long-term relationship as well. I don't judge whatever you're looking for. But if you're looking for a long-term relationship, you probably shouldn't start out with sex. You should start out with friendship, right? Okay, any more questions? Oh my God, this is very funny. Talking about Halloween, Linda says, I don't do Halloween here. We have bears in the neighborhood nearly every night. Where? Were you in Pasadena? Didn't you say Pasadena? Thanksgiving will be just our little bubble. Not sure about Christmas. It's the 1-year anniversary of my sister passing away. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Linda. So it'll be a somber holiday time for you guys. And Kelly likes my plant. I've been trying to take good care of it. It's getting a little brown on the tips. I bought some, what is it? What is this thing called? Figgy leaf, fiddle leaf? What the hell? I bought the food for it, and it's not helping. Maybe I'm not watering it enough. I didn't want to overwater it. My usual problem with plants is a fiddle leaf plant. That's right, Kelly. My problem with plants is just like my problem with children. I give them too much love and I spoil them. So I'm trying to back off on this one a little bit and see how I do. Brian's got a question. Hi, Brian, you feeling better? Brian had COVID. He was very sick and he was in the hospital, and I was so worried about he and his wife for a while. Okay, Brian's question is, how do you deal with having dinner with your family's political views are very different than yours? I personally won't talk politics, but they can't help themselves. As my younger brother would say, smile and nod. Smile and nod. I also sometimes will comment on the meta communication. In other words, I have a brother who's very religious, and he will try to get into a theological debate with me. And I always will, oh, so Kelly, you think I should let it dry out? That's what I've been doing, but it's getting dry on the tips. I don't know. Anyway, and so when he wants to debate theology with me, I will find myself saying on the phone, I would rather not debate with you. I just called to see how you are and how your kids are, right? Bloom Girl's got a good question. Marriage advice during pandemic burnout, how to keep the love alive. 3 small children were arguing frequently. Oh, I can only imagine what you're going through. No 2 people are meant to be together 24/7, and with 3 little kids. Okay, so here's my best advice I can come up with. You've got to get out of your emotional brain and into your strategy brain, your prefrontal cortex. And that means you've got to create some self-care time for each of you, so that when you do come back together, it's new and fresh. Whether you just go out for walks, whether you find a way to work from another room in the house, whether you take small breaks from each other, and you make a pact. You have to discuss don't get bogged down in the content of the argument, but more the overall, I'm noticing we're arguing a lot lately. What is this about? And instead of, you're not helping out with the kids enough, and this house is so messy, then you're in the content, right? Instead of, you have to remind your brain why you fell in love with this person. So always make that communication sandwich. Brown is a sign of too much water. Really? Brown dry on the tips, Kelly? Are you sure? All right, I'm going with you. I'm ignoring it again for a few months and see what happens. Communication sandwich. Start out with a compliment so that they won't get defensive and they won't be already thinking about their comeback. And you'll be reminding your brain of why you fell in love in the first place. Then you do a little layer of something that's a little hard to chew on. And then You back it up with another compliment, and I'll try to work that as a strategy. Get into your prefrontal cortex instead of being really, impulsive and having knee-jerk reactions. Hi, Lisa from Santa Barbara. How are you? Okay, so too much water. Brown. Usually brown means too little. Okay, Kelly, I'm trusting you on this one. Any more questions? Anywhere else? Relationship? Any comments about how to? Oh my gosh. Are you okay? I just want to stop, Mr. Good Times 613. Do you really think that your hair loss is your entire identity and girls only look at you for what you look like? Personally, I think when men are balding, you can see their brains better. And that's a good thing because there are many sapiosexuals out there. So I think it's an inside job for you to work a little bit on your self-esteem, because the truth is, if we think all we're bringing to the relationship table is our physical selves, then look, it's a depreciating commodity in all of us. So brown tips are too much light. Not what? I just moved it into the shade. So maybe it'll be happier now in the shade. Good to know. So Rick's got an interesting question. Not actually a friendship question. I'm okay with social media friends having an opinion. Where I draw the line is when they spread false propaganda. Is it okay that I cut these people out of social media, or is having only people with similar thoughts a negative? Rick, I have thought of that myself, and I like to keep a diverse group of thinkers on my social media. I am not afraid of differences of opinion. However, when something is clearly false, I do that thing like Twitter does, and I go find the real story, and I don't even argue with them. I just post the real story and move on. Just move on. Just post the truth. So I feel like I'm putting one little germ of what from a reliable source out there is what I try to do. So no, if all you do is say, I don't agree with you, I'm getting rid of you, I'm canceling you, then you are going to be in a vacuum, an information vacuum. I do say, and maybe you have seen me post this, if I do see people arguing on my Facebook page and comment streams, it's very funny because sometimes it'll be like some childhood friend and some current boss. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I will just say, hey, this is my Facebook page. I'm the mom here. The rules are you must have polite discourse. You get one warning, and if I see you doing it again, you're out. So you get blocked. So I let people know, no name calling, no swearing. If you want to make your point, be a good debater. Argue it. Find some facts. Make sure they're facts, right? Linda says hair is optional. Okay, hair is optional. Someone asked, SkyRav4, my parents always argue. What should kids do when their parents fight? Well, try hard to not learn from it. And at a quiet time, when your parents aren't fighting, when you're all in a good mood, around the dinner table, maybe talk about your emotional experience. I feel sad or lonely when you guys fight. It makes me worry that you guys might divorce. How can I understand why you're fighting so much? You got to bring it up at another time, not during a fight. No, you don't want to walk in while they're all hot in the head and try to break it up. But I'm so sorry you're going through that. It's very difficult. And remember that we all grow up in a village, and there are lots of other parents and families out there. Pay attention to them and how they do conflict, assuming they do healthy conflict. But try not to learn from it. Better to always stay on your own feelings and talk about what the experience is like for you and your feelings. Any more questions? Hi, Hot Sauce. Hi, Chess Boylan. Hi, Michael. Hi at home. How are you? Who else we got? Any more comments? Any relationship questions? Any news about how you're going to celebrate the holidays during COVID? Let's just sit and wait and watch all your fun comments. Now I have to have my glasses on every time. I will sip my water. Well, if that's it, that's my 20 minutes. I want to remind everybody to listen to my show, the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show on iHeartRadio. You can listen to it anywhere on the iHeartRadio app or at kfiam640.com. That's every Sunday from 4 to 6. Here, I think I have a thing that says where it is. No? Here we go. There we go. The Dr. Wendy Walsh Show on KFI AM 640 Los Angeles, Sundays from 4 to 6 or anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. As well, if you have not downloaded the Local Now app, you probably should. I produce a video a day, everything from parenting tips to relationship tips to workplace dynamic stuff. So it's a free app, and it's free, tons and tons and tons of content, movies, TV shows, and then I'm interstitially in there somewhere. And if you haven't listened to my podcast, Mating Matters, I wish you would. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcasts. Okay. No more questions, no more comments. I love you all. I will see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here. Be here or be square. Oh gosh, I just dated myself with that comment tonight. We'll see you next time.